Shameful, unacceptable, and alarming. Those are the words of Republican Kentucky Congressman and Chairman of the House Committee on Oversight and Accountability, James Comer. Comer used those words, shameful, unacceptable, and alarming, to describe the presence of cocaine in the White House. On Friday, Comer wrote a letter to Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle. He is requiring a staff-level briefing on the cocaine incident by July 14th. That's this coming Friday. Comer wrote in part, quote, "This incident has raised additional concerns with the committee regarding the level of security maintained at the White House," end of quote. Now, the cocaine was found 8 days ago, and so far no word on who the baggie of the white powder belongs to. Former White House Chief of Staff and author of The Chief's Chief, Mark Meadows, joins me. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Greta. It's good to be with you.
Nice to have you. All right, help me. Since you know the inside of that White House, help me understand this. I know that when you go in the West Wing, where I've gone in, is I surrender my phone to a cubby hole to the left, and I retrieve it when I come out. Is that what they're talking about, or is it another set of cubby holes that this cocaine was found in?
Well, there's been conflicting reports on exactly where they found this, but most of the reports indicate when you go in, for the viewers that are tuned in right now, you come in off of West Exec or West Executive Avenue and come in a lower entrance. Typically, the people that would use that entrance would be the National Security Team, the Vice President, the Chief of Staff, a number of high-ranking officials. And where Chairman Comer has it right, where this is alarming, is that this is actually right outside the Situation Room. And to give the viewers kind of a sense of this, where you put those phones, there is a Secret Service agent, a uniformed agent, within just a few feet of that through another double door. And so for this to have happened, you know, we hear the White House saying, well, it was visitors, tourists. That is highly, highly improbable. Most of those, when you come for a tour, you actually have somebody along with you.
Okay, well, the phones are secure because people can pick up signals and download. Cocaine, I mean, next to the Situation Room, I'm not endorsing it, but it's not like, you know, there's some secret that the cocaine's going to walk away with, like a phone could, essentially.
No, what I'm referring to is not as much that, is the fact that you know, all fingers would typically point more to someone who is on staff or someone that's connected closely with the president. This is not a place where, you know, if we'd found it in the Eisenhower building where a lot of other staffers go, this is a controlled access kind of point. And so the concern that I have is more in terms of who was using it, who had it, and who was bold enough to actually leave it, or stupid enough to leave it there within a few feet of the Secret Service uniformed personnel.
All right, family members visiting the president, they don't go through this door. I mean, that's correct. So we could sort of, I mean, good chance we can eliminate the family members.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I can tell you that, you know, during my time, a number of family members would have used this same door. They would actually come in, and if you're visiting the Oval Office, it's much quicker to get to the Oval Office through West Exec, through this particular door, than it would be to come through the East Wing or other areas. That being said, it's more probable that it was someone who is very comfortable, who can come in either early or late in the evening when the traffic is not that great, because it is a highly visual area that you would find people coming and going. So I would think it would be a early morning or a late evening deposit.
All right, well, we just put a picture up there of Hunter Biden, which I would not have put up there. I mean, obviously, everyone's suspicious because of his drug history, but in all likelihood, I mean, I'm just saying the probability is this, that if he's staying at the White House and he's spending time with his family, that's not likely the door he would go in and surrender it. You know, let's, you know.
Yeah, you've been there, Greta. You agree, yeah. and I agree that
I'd be more
most
likely.
of this,
I'd be more likely to be a suspect, you know, using that entrance.
Well, hopefully the media, they actually come in a little different door. As you know, you've been there multiple times. Again, that's why it puts most of the focus on senior level Biden administration officials and people that work with the national security team.
And the other sort of odd thing is that every time I've been in the White House and I put my phone in the cubbyhole, nobody's patted me down to see if I mean, that's the other sort of odd thing about it. Why do you mean, like, no one checks any, I mean, do people get patted down inside the White House?
Well, generally, we don't pat them down. Normally, you've gone through a couple of clearances. Greta, perhaps your character is a little bit better than the person that left this stuff here. But if you get, the closer you get to the president, the more you get asked those things, and the more it gets verified. Obviously, having cell phones in the Oval Office would be even more problematic. But it happens, and it happened while I was there. It happens in other times, and so no, you don't pat them down.
Mark Meadows, thank you, sir.
Great to be with you. Thanks, Greta.